Good morning, Realtors, and welcome to our Facebook Live series dedicated to fair housing. I'm Tiara Pitts, your Director of Fair Housing, and today I'm honored to be joined by Keon Aldrich. Keon is the president of South Carolina Realtors Association and the owner and broker in charge of PD Elite Realty in Florence, South Carolina. Keon has over 20 years of experience in real estate and has been a leader in the industry, advocating for professionalism, education, and fair housing. Keon, thank you for being here, and can you introduce yourself and share a little bit about what's going on for you right now in real estate?
Thank you, Tiara. Thank you for having me. My name is Keon Aldrich, and I'm just excited to be here and also be the 2025 South Carolina Realtors president. So far, everything has been great. I've been traveling a lot, meeting the members where they are, attending a lot of membership meetings, and just enjoying and meeting the members that I didn't already know. Out of 30,000 members, I thought I knew everybody. But I'm seeing that I don't, but it is definitely great to get new Facebook requests often. And like I said, just meet the members where they are.
And I know that you'll be traveling this week. Where are you headed to now?
So this week, actually tomorrow, I am going to Kentucky to the NAR Broker Summit, and I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see my Kentucky friends. It will be two of us traveling from South Carolina. So definitely excited to get out there and see what all I can bring back to South Carolina.
That's so exciting. So today, of course, we're here in celebration of Fair Housing Month all April. So I wanted to interview you because you've always been a big advocate in this space. So what does fair housing mean to you personally and in your role as the president of SCR?
Fair housing to me personally means dignity, equality, and the basic right for every individual to choose where they want to live without fear of discrimination. It's about creating communities where everyone, regardless of race, color, sex, familial status, or disability, has an equal opportunity to access housing. So as president of the South Carolina Realtors, fair housing is a core responsibility. It's not just a legal obligation. A lot of people think that, but it's not just legal. It's morally and professionally a commitment that we need to uphold as leaders.
And why is it important for us to uphold fair housing values in our business?
Because as a realtor, we are often on the front lines of housing. That means we have the power and the duty to ensure that everyone we serve is treated fairly. When realtors understand and actively uphold fair housing principles, we don't just follow the law, we elevate the profession and foster strong and more inclusive communities.
Yes, I love that. And a lot of times, businesses, of course, we're in real estate and this is everyone's career. So how does supporting fair housing benefit your bottom line as a business? And how can that improve your revenue for that business?
Well, for one, fair housing isn't just the right thing to do. It's also smart business. So companies that prioritize fairness are more likely to attract a broader client base, earn repeat business, and maintain a strong reputation in the community. But on the other hand, if they discriminate, that can lead to costly lawsuits, damaging their public image and loss of the clientele.
Yes, I know we've all at this point been familiar with the Newsday investigation where we saw some realtors be on camera, saying discriminatory things. So that's something we have to watch out for in South Carolina too, because you never know if it's going to be a tester that's prompting you with these questions to try to break a big story. And, that labels real estate in general, bad. So hopefully people are keeping these principles in mind when they're thinking about their business and, thinking about testers or even clients that may. So what would you do if a client tried to get you to violate fair housing? Is that worth it to keep their client's business?
It's not worth it. My motto is all money isn't good money. So sometimes it's not worth it. And I will not take that person on as a client. And I hope other members of our organization feel the same way. One thing that I would like to share is, you and I speak often about that Long Island link, and I would love for us to share that link with our members. I know it's always good to have that refresher for our seasoned agents, but we have so many new members that have come in over the years that probably don't know anything about it, about what we're talking about. But we definitely need to keep that link active, keep that story active in South Carolina, because we don't want to have anything like that here, because people, they do often send out testers. So we want to make sure that our members here in South Carolina, we love our other states, but we definitely care. We want to make sure our members in South Carolina are treating clients fairly and doing the right thing.
Yes, and I also want to ask you about what are some misconceptions to fair housing. One thing that I hear a lot is people think, when we're talking about fair housing and equal rights, it's only for minorities or it's only for a certain group of people, when really it's for everyone. It's to protect everyone's right to be able to live and rent wherever they would like to. So have you heard any misconceptions that you'd like to clear up in reference to fair housing?
Well, one of the main and common misconceptions is that fair housing only applies to intentional discrimination. And in reality, it's, unconscious bias, which we have classes on that, and unintentional actions can also result in those violations. So that's why we say be careful, treat everyone, no matter what status they are, treat everyone fairly, treat everyone equally.
Yes, I love that. And NAR actually has an online course that you guys are free to take called the Implicit Bias Override, which talks about some of these subconscious things that you may not be actively attempting to discriminate, but maybe it's a mindset or something that you've been taught and you have to deprogram that and really even know that you're doing it in the first place. So that course is online and available. We will put the link in this chat. So that's something if you want to just kind of address your implicit bias and things that, maybe we all have some type of bias. We're all biased to some degree. But as real estate professionals, as you've said, we're on the front lines. So our biases can affect whether someone gets a home or not, can affect their generational wealth. So we have to take things, a little bit more seriously and try to deprogram some of those negative biases that can affect, where people are able to live.
And those classes are available online, like you said, but also if you attend some of the NER conferences, they do offer them in person. I took mine in person last May, and it was worth every bit of my time to take it because, like you say, some of us are biased, and a lot of times we're not aware of the things that we may say or we may do. We get too comfortable, but you can never get too comfortable when you're in this business.
So, speaking of courses that NAR offers, for those unfamiliar, Fairhaven 2.0 is a course that just recently launched in January. They've always had Fairhaven, but now we have a 2.0 component. So can you speak to us about what is Fairhaven and how does it help you prevent discrimination?
So Fairhaven is an amazing tool. Fairhaven is an interactive training simulation developed by NAR, which we know the actual people. So it's not just NAR, it's actual people. And we know the actual people, they're tangible people that created this great platform for us. And it's to help agents identify housing discrimination. I've taken it numerous times. It actually teaches you a lot about yourself. Now, as president, I will say I'm not perfect, so I didn't make a perfect score, and I was really shocked when I didn't make a perfect score, but it kind of trips you up a little bit, but it's really good information. So after you take it, you will be excited that you take it, and everybody that I hear that takes it, they feel like it was worth every bit of their time. So it was a good opportunity to, just get better with our fair housing and our discriminations that, may arise.
And did you have to pay to take this course?
No, you didn't. You do not have to pay to take it.
Yeah, so it is online, it's self-paced, and it's free to members of the association. So we hope that you guys utilize that tool. And in conclusion, President Keon has issued a challenge.
Yes, I have.
Can you speak to us about your presidential challenge?
Yes, I will. And I want to say DEI, your committee was the first committee to hear the president's challenge. And I'm so excited, and it has gotten the members so excited to be a part of it. So I initially just issued it to our state committees, and basically whoever did 100%, you got bragging rights. So that was really good. But I just did not want to stop there. For whoever can complete Fair Housing 2.0, send your staff liaison, a copy of your certificate that you'll receive at the end, so that your committee can get credit for it. But like I said, I didn't want to stop there. We took it a step further. We sent it to all the local committee chairs so that they can issue it to their committees. And just last week at my last meeting that I was at one of the local committees here, I did not stop there. I challenged everyone in the room, even if you're not on a committee. We're trying to get South Carolina 100% at 100% with that Fairhaven 2.0. I like to joke and say Nick Cremitis loves to get, he loves recognition from NAR. So what other way to make Nick happy but to get 100% for South Carolina and get that recognition from NAR that we've completed Fairhaven 2.0.
Yes, that's awesome. So everyone that's listening to this, you have to take on that challenge. And if you're in a committee, you're already a part of the challenge. So you should be completing this. But even if you're not, go and complete that Fairhaven 2.0. If you've done it before January, then it's fresh material. They've revamped it. So you don't have to worry about repeating something you've already done. And I'm sure they're going to keep updating that yearly because we need refreshers on this topic and this information. So,
and I will say, Tiara, we want it done by June 1st. So don't just think you got all year to get it done because Keon be president all year. No, you have until June 1st to complete it. So please, it doesn't take that long to complete. I think it's about maybe 2 hours, but it's the best 2 hours that you'll ever spend because you are invested in your business. So please take the time to do it. Do it on the weekend. I know we are very busy. We never stop. Real estate never stops. But please find 2 hours of your time to complete Fairhaven 2.0.
yes, and thank you so much for joining us. And do you have anything you want to say to the members in reference to Fair Housing Month or just anything you want to put out there to our Facebook Live?
Well, I just want to tell everybody thank you so much for just a great year so far. I've received numerous emails, texts, personal cards from people. I definitely read every card and they mean so much to me. So just keep them coming and we're going to continue to be the best state that we can.
Yes, thank you so much, Madam President, and I will see you soon.
All righty.